market share. So if you want to increase market share, I mentioned this is what we call horizontal integration. You're looking at what are the competitors to your business that you can buy. Now, there are several types of competitors that you might think about. The first one is someone who is a direct competitor. A direct competitor is someone who is selling exactly the same product or service that you're selling to exactly the same market. Okay, that's a direct competitor. So if you want to literally double the size of your business overnight, you would simply go out and find someone who is selling the same product or service that you're selling. Say that you are selling digital marketing services. Then you would go out, and let's actually be more specific. Let's say you were selling digital marketing services to Amazon companies that fulfill by FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, and you are looking to increase that business. Well, then what you would do is you would go out and you would find the people that are doing exactly what you're doing, and they're selling to the exact same market. Okay, and once you found that, you've got a direct competitor. So that's the first kind of category of companies. Now, when we go through a second time, you would be actually listing the specific companies that are those competitors, like XYZ, AmazonFulfillment.com, and whatever, whoever the actual people, the actual company names doing that would be. Right now, we're really just interested in the categories. So direct competitor is selling the same product or service that you're selling to the same audience, the same market that you're selling to. An indirect competitor is perhaps selling the exact same service that you're selling, only to a different market. Maybe they're selling digital marketing services to Shopify stores. So that would be an indirect competitor, and that would be a great way for you to increase your market share as well. So that'd be a really good company to think about buying. Another indirect competitor type would be somebody who is selling a different product or service to the exact same market that you are selling to. So a different product or service that would be sold to Amazon fulfillment FBA companies might be scale consulting, how to build the business bigger, or it might be sourcing, how can you source products more effectively, or it might be transition your products from Amazon fulfillment to retail, something like that. So those would be indirect competitors. Direct and indirect competitors are probably the most common type of acquisition other than buying supply chain. So that's the first category. The next would be substitute or replacement products. So this would be someone who is selling a product that would be perhaps different from yours in terms of it kind of accomplishes the same thing for the same market, but it's something that somebody might substitute for yours. So a great example in the clothing market would be, let's say that you're a luxury clothing seller and you're Chanel. Well, a substitute, and let's say that we're looking at the handbags category. Well, a substitute product for that would be perhaps a something that accomplished the same thing, but in a different way. So a substitute product might be a backpack, a luxury backpack that somebody would buy so that they would carry something in a backpack instead of carrying it in a handbag. That would be something that would be a substitute. They're saying, I can use that product instead of this product. And a replacement product would be something that would be directly replacing it. So if maybe you're Chanel and you're selling handbags, and you've got Hermes, and Hermes is selling a handbag, that'd be a replacement product. So we would be replacing that product. Another would be if you look at maybe somebody who is in a different geographic territory from you. So somebody who's selling the same products or services that you are, and they're selling it to the same audience, but not geographically. So they're selling in the United States to Amazon FBA fulfillment companies, and you want to move into the UK or the EU or something like that. Another type of diversification would be price diversification in terms of competition. So if we're looking at grabbing more market share, we might think about going upstream or downstream in customers. So one of the best examples I can think of there would be the Gap. The Gap was selling to a very specific audience, and they decided that they wanted to go downscale to people that maybe couldn't afford Gap clothing and have another brand that would be able to appeal to those people, but that was still selling clothing, only selling just to a different kind of price bracketed market and a different demographic. So they bought Old Navy, and Old Navy then covered that lower level of buyer. And then they decided they wanted to go up market and find people that were maybe willing to spend a little bit more, and maybe they didn't think the Gap was exclusive enough. And so they acquired Banana Republic, which was a higher level store with higher premium pricing for premium customers. So then they had all three strata around price. Another way to look at it would be that you could look at acquiring companies that were competing in different segments. So different market segments. It's similar to the other things that we talked about, but you might be selling for a different application, for example. So somebody that is in, we had a company that was selling credit card knives, and so we were selling to a survivalist camper kind of segment. We found that EMT, emergency medical and personnel, those people that were providing that kind of stuff, would also benefit from it, and so we started focusing on marketing to them. It was a different market segment than we were focused on with the survivalists, and so you can think about acquiring somebody that's already got that segment. So that's really what we're talking about when we're talking about ideas for categories around market share. And you might think of a whole lot more, and I'd love for you to let me know if you do, but that kind of gets you started there. Do your exercise here and brainstorm these types of categories, and then go back with the blank sheet and brainstorm specific companies, specific direct competitors, specific indirect competitors, specific substitute and replacement competitors, competitors that are operating in different geographies, competitors that are offering in different price strata, and competitors that are operating in different segments. These are all companies or assets that you can acquire that will help you to grow your market share.